So good to be with you. My topic today might surprise you. When positive thinking becomes toxic. What? Are you kidding? How can anything that wonderful? I mean, we've been taught that positive thinking is the answer. What are you telling us? How could positive thinking be anything but wonderful? Well, here's the thing. Do you believe you can just throw a ball up and it won't come down? I love that feeling of throwing the ball up. It's way better than when it comes down. What do you think about my belief? Is it trouble? When we're attached to a polarity, I know you've been taught that. Millions of books, we have millions of books have stated that that's the answer. We have a cultural contract, an unwritten contract that we're all going to share in enjoying one polarity, whether it's peace or love or positive thinking or joy or happiness. Just choose it. Or we love summer, or we love sun, or we love winter because we love skiing. Whatever your polarity is, polarity meaning you've chosen one side of what is in nature. So the feelings come in combinations the way I teach them: joy, pain, anger, fear, guilt, shame, and liveliness. They're not opposites in the pairs, but when you say you love positive thinking, that means you don't like any negative emotions. And certain emotions are then labeled as wrong, bad, or negative. Remember, we each have a very young person inside of us. And the first thing we learn, and the most important polarity, most important opposites we learn because we're so young, and it has such a strong impression in our brain, is good and bad. So while we might be sophisticated and have all these nuanced feelings like frustrated and annoyed, or what would be another cerebral feeling? Can't think right now, but you know what I mean. Even though we have these words now, back behind these words are good and bad. And little infants, little children can detect whether you're smiling or whether you're frowning. And one is good and one is bad. They don't know from ambivalence. Please listen to the musings on ambivalence if you haven't heard it. We all mostly feel at least two ways at any given time. Maybe it's a very high percentage of we would like to, so it doesn't feel like ambivalence. If you're way over 50%, 75, 90, 95, it feels like it's all of you. But it's never really all of you. There's 1, 2, or more percents that would maybe rather not, whatever it is. So I'm here to tell you that you're going to get further if your program is you want to love everyone, you want to be positive. You are going to get further if you distinguish your emotions in those raw words and say, anger happened now. You don't say, if you want to get somewhere, I am angry, because you don't want to mix your I am with any state. The I am is more than a state, because the you that is you is there through all the states. And by identifying with either good or bad, or positive or negative, you're off the mark. Human beings should and do have all the feelings. So, what does that mean? If we have all the feelings, let's take an example. Let's say we've made an agreement. Let's say I'm a mother and I've made an agreement with my child that one TV program or two, or whatever the agreement is, or whether it's a video, it doesn't matter the details, it will suffice, that they say they'll be happy with it. And I agree. We have an agreement. And the child then doesn't want to turn it off when the agreement is reached. Well, if you're going to use the word judgment there, I judge her. Yeah, you do judge her, but judgment isn't going to get you very far using that word. But if you say to yourself, anger happened because she didn't stay with her agreement, and it's harder on me when she doesn't stay with her agreement and happily turn it off. I don't like to see her unhappy. So, is there pain? Yes. Is there anger? Yes. Is there fear? Oh, yeah. Fear happened. What if she becomes addicted, like all these kids, to watching videos, or what if this transfers when she's older into needing to scroll? You hear the fears. You hear the fears. Do you hear how now I am present to myself if I am willing to cop to the truth, which is that I had anger, fear, pain, some imagined unworthiness, because if I was a better mother, she'd want to do what's best for her and what's best for me. Hogwash. But that's how I felt. And perceived mistakes, that would be guilt. So those imagined unworthiness is shame. Perceived mistakes is what I call guilt. And so then maybe I'm saying, I probably should never have even let her watch videos. I'm not a good mother. I got things done while she watched videos. I shouldn't have done that. Maybe we should have been out in the sunshine or out in the rain or doing whatever in nature. Do you see now, if I repeat back to myself in this instant as the mother, I have joy. No, I didn't have joy. Was there any pain? Yes, pain happened. Was there any fear? Yes. Was there any anger? Yes. Perceived mistakes, imagined unworthiness, and yes, I become zapped of my liveliness. Liveliness is gone. I almost feel numb. And that's why I want to use the word judge, because judgment is a catch-all. And I can't really deal with it. Yeah, I judged her. But the bigger problem is one's judgment of oneself, because I was wanting to stay in love. I was wanting to be positive. And now being attached, being focused, being, I almost want to say compulsive in my desire for only one half of the polarity. Positive, negative. Positive does not mean anything without negative. So this was a follow-up to last week's, because I'm getting mail about judgment. I'm getting mail about being positive. I'm getting mail about fearing that I will energize the negative and get more of it. If you admit to what has already happened and cop to your desire for freedom, for the positive, and willing to admit to what also happened was what I perceive as negative. It's just life. You're supposed to have all your feelings. That will not create more negative. We're so afraid in certain programs that if something goes through the mind and I catch it, if I admit to it, I'm going to get more of it. No, nonsense. You're going to get more if you push away the quote unquote negative and judge anything that you won't look at that's not positive. Can you see? Does that make sense? Let's just be logical and let's take truth, whatever our program is that we've been following. Let's be smart about it. Yes, you enjoy the positive, just like your daughter enjoyed the program. She wanted more. It's not bad. She just wanted more. What do we want? We want more positive. So let's get a handle on truth and change the cultural belief, change even our programs and toward honesty. The program doesn't say pretend you're positive or that love is better than fear, so pretend you're not fearful. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that at all. And the mind will contort anything, the small mind, the personality mind. Let's bring in our infinite intelligence and be lovers of truth, truth with a capital T. Emotions happen, thoughts happen, they come, they go, they're just energy, they are not you. Bye for now.